All right, guys, we are here in the Colonial Zone, Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. It is Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. It's around 6 or 7 o'clock at night. It's really booming here. Bars, restaurants, little bakeries, lots of souvenirs. And you can do real well here. I mean, I got all my souvenirs for about 40 bucks, 50 bucks. But mind you, I got about, I think I got 9, how many items did I get? I got like 15 items. I like, you know, my office, they always say, don't bring us anything, but of course I'm gonna bring them something. And I'm gonna bring something to my mom, a couple little things to my mom, because I'm going to Miami tomorrow for my birthday, for half of my birthday and a couple more days to spend with my mom. So I gotta bring her something. But we're here in Colón Park, in the heart of the Colonial Zone, in the Dominican capital. And I want to show you guys just how safe it is. I mean, everywhere you look, you're going to see law enforcement, and they're not just zooming by, you know, they're assessing, observing, documenting. It's very, very safe here, but you don't want to, you know, take unnecessary risks. What I mean by that, you don't want to go down some side streets here, even though the zone is 100 blocks. And even though it's very safe, I don't recommend you going down streets where there's no one present and where they're dark. They may be safe, but I mean, why take unnecessary risks? This is a very family-friendly place. Look, another officer there. I just want to give you guys an idea just how safe this place is. And this is a hub for tourists. There's a lot of art here, a lot of good food. I hope, though, I said this in my Spanish video, there's a lot of stray dogs. If you want to feed one, you totally can. But I hope, I mean, they don't look, you know, emaciated, thank God. I would hope that these restaurants, at the end of the night, when they have food they can't sell and they don't want to take home, that opposed to throwing it away, that they give it to the little dogs. I would hope. The dogs, again, they're not scared of people, so it doesn't look like they've been harmed, which is good. And there's just a lot of things going on here. You can come and make your own chocolate, which is really cool. That's like a big tourist trapping, but it's fun. I mean, you can make your own chocolate. You can get some good beer, some good food. It isn't necessarily the cheapest by any stretch. I mean, you're gonna have to kind of pay a little bit more because it is a little bit of a tourist hotspot, but there's a lot of history here, and it's real history. It's not like buildings that look old. They are old. So we're gonna walk down this street here. I had a couple of beers and some cheese, some deep fried cheese items with cheese sauce. As you guys know, I don't eat meat. I think you know. Now look, for example, this is not one of the side streets I'm talking about. This side street here, it's well lit. You got a police officer going down the street there. I'm gonna zoom, guys. Please don't get mad. I know you don't like when I zoom. You know, that is a perfectly fine street to walk down, in my opinion. But this street over here, on the other hand, probably not. And that street is lit, you know, but it's still not as lit. Check out all the lights. Oh, and look at all the good food they have here. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. ¿Quieren saludar? Hi. And everybody here is real cool with cameras. I had a horrible incident at the presidential palace with some real thuggish presidential guards and intelligence people. They were like just totally wigged out by the cameras. But overall, Dominicans are really camera friendly, and they're just friendly in general. This is the place that I had the beers at. Check out this jewelry. Very nice jewelry. And look at this bodybuilder back here. Usted es un culturista. Se está bien maceteado. Sí. So, yeah, he's jacked. This is the place that I had my beers at. It's called Café Era Hora Restaurante. And the service was really, really good. and they have a happy hour, which I participated in. It's 4 to 7 o'clock, and I had a couple of ice cold beers. And here the beers are so cold they usually wrap them in a napkin, because if they don't, it'll like literally burn your hand. So this place here has a garden in the back. It's an indoor garden, but I actually went in there on Friday, which was my first day here, and I sat in there for about, I think it was like about 10 or 15 minutes, and nobody like came to ask me what I wanted to eat or drink. So I was kind of like not really like feeling it, so I left. But it's got tremendous ambiance, and it's almost like Rainforest Cafe kind of thing. And if the service had been, and it's really cool. It's like you know, you come in out of here at like, you know, 80, 90 degrees, and the last few days it's been like raining nonstop, so it's been humid as well. You go in there, it's like 65 degrees with a nice breeze, and there's plants everywhere. But yeah, if they don't come and ask you for your order, I was a little impatient, but you know, 5-10 minutes is too long. See down there? Too dark. Too dark. Down that way? Too dark. Down this way? Not as dark, but too dark. Now you can see they're going in there with their dog and everything. It's safe. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's safe that way. It's safe that way. It's safe that way. But between that street, that street, that street, and this street, I'm picking this street. So again, it's just about sticking to places that are really well lit, with lots of eyes on you, lots of people. That's where I tend to go more myself, and where I would encourage you to go in as well. So just a word to the wise. In Spanish we have a saying, es mejor prevenir que lamentar. It's better to prevent than to lament. So just keep that in mind. Know that the Colonial Zone is super, super, super safe, but again, do not take unnecessary risks. Also, when it comes to tipping, make sure that you look at your bill. Some of the tips have tips included. You don't want to tip twice. I mean, if the service is great, then tip twice. But if you have a waiter or waitress telling you that they have not received a tip and the tip's included, you don't want to get hustled either. You know, you want to be awake, and you don't want to like basically get hosed down. But again, if the service is great and you love it, there's no better way to show it than with your wallet. You know what I mean? So, and the insides are really cool, but for me, I would rather sit outside. This is the School of Visual Arts, and as you can see, everything here is very, very clean, very, very well maintained. So again, this is a great place to visit. You could easily spend every night of your Santo Domingo vacation here and eat great food. You'll meet a lot of Americans here if that's your thing. I love meeting Americans around the world. When I was at that cafe back there, and I had the 2 beers and the cheese item. Now see here, like this asshole here, they'll come right at you. So you gotta be mindful of that. Like, they won't stop. So just be careful. Don't think that just because you're crossing, or like this motorcycle here, I mean, and oh wow, it's a police officer. That's not what I wanted to show, but hey, riding around on a motorcycle on a plaza is interesting. But like I said, heavy police presence, very, very safe. And again, a motorcycle on a plaza isn't terrible. Getting hit by a car that won't stop for a pedestrian that's 6'5", 340, and white as a ghost and bald like me is a little bit of an issue. And here you can see the locals shaking hands with the police officers. Good community relations. Again, not like those idiots at the presidential palace that looked like they were on edge and in a war zone, thinking that a tourist with a camcorder was an enemy combatant of some sort. But in any event, enough about those bums. If you come to Santo Domingo, make sure that you stop by Do you speak English? Do you speak Spanish? Estaba diciendo que yo espero que los restaurantes aquí le den de comer a los perritos, que la comida que no pueden vender, en vez de botarla, lo hacen, parece.
La mayoría de los lugares, siempre que venga un animal callejero,
sí,
le ponen un nombre, le ponen una correíta y entre todos.
Sí, estoy grabando. ¿Tienes un Instagram? ¿O cuál?
Michelle Nausel.
Michelle.
Michelle KMAUSL.
Ok.
Nausel.
Nausel. ¿Y TikTok tienes? Ok, pero te voy a acercar una gotita más.
Sí, está bien.
Me encanta que sea bueno con los animales. I love that you're nice to dogs. She's feeding the dogs here. And I was just saying in the Spanish video and speaking to her in Spanish that, you know, that I hope that the restaurants give the pets the food they won't sell. And she was telling me that they put a little tag on the dogs and that they make sure that they eat. So again, this is so nice of you.
Inclusive tienen leyes sobre el trato a los animales. Tú ves a alguien, hace aproximadamente 2 años salió alguien golpeando a los animales y lo metieron preso.
Oh wow, and she said they have very, very strong animal rights laws, and that a few years ago somebody was seen on a video hitting these dogs and they went to prison. So that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, thank you. All right guys, be sure to check out more videos here at Sight Sounds Flavors on YouTube, sightsoundsflavors.com, from the Colonial Zone in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Christian Duke, sightsoundsflavors.com. Thank you.